Hello and welcome to Coaster Gents and part 2 of our Butlin vlog. In this one you'll see some of the history and Stephen Mulhern, so I hope you enjoy. Just done the circus. Did you like it?
Yeah, it's good.
What was your favourite bit about it?
Motorbikes at the end.
Yeah, the motorbikes.
Fast, loud like me.
Mom, did you like
I
it?
did, yes.
Join me.
What?
The circus.
Yeah, it's good.
What did you like about it? What was your favourite bit? Tired?
No.
Annoyed?
No.
Want to get on the chair?
You just smile every time the camera goes on. It was good. A lot of dangerous things in it, wasn't there?
There was.
Yes, there was. And I don't know where we're going to next.
Jamie wants to go on the pedal bikes. I'd like to go on the motorised version.
But Dad's going to tell us a little bit of history.
What on?
Butlins, you...
Oh, I thought you meant the go-karts. I haven't got any history on the go. I haven't got any history to tell you.
You've got loads.
Yeah, I know, but of what bit?
I don't know.
Just walking across the road. They're the new ones, they are. That's where we stayed Christmas.
Yeah.
Silver Plus.
Okay, explain the different accommodations then.
Well, there's Silver Plus. Silver Plus at that one. Then you've got Gold.
Is that what we're staying in?
Yeah, with Gold Seaside we're staying in, which means we have balconies. Then you've got Deluxe, which are chalets with parking. Then you've got the best, the village in it, West
Lakes.
Yeah, West Lakes Village, which is near enough the most expensive.
What about the hotel?
Well, that's the most expensive now. Blue Skies.
No, you can't see it from here.
They're the most expensive now. You've got the view of Minehead and the luxury there. They're one of the best. It's very hard to get into. There's not many of them.
And didn't they used to be, what are they?
Timeshare. They're all timeshare, and Butlins have bought them back now. So everyone's made a chunk on them. And now they're hotel rooms. But
You can also buy caravans because there's a caravan park at the very back, isn't there?
yeah, but it's also £6,000 a year ground rent.
Which you'll probably see in the pedal cart.
If we go on them.
You're banging on about them pedal cars, aren't you?
So there's also lots of activities you can do, like football and 9 bots, hoverboards, whatever you want to call them. There they are. Archery, you can also do. And yeah, here's the caravans here. So I don't know if we've said in the vlog, but that's the Skyline Pavilion, which is a huge white tent. Yeah, but that's what its proper name is, but we just call it the Skyline, don't we?
Why do you say pavilion?
I don't want to, that's just its full name. But it has a stage inside, lots of food, huge arcade, bowling, snooker or pool, Johnny? Both.
American pool.
American. And loads of shops.
Hang on, what's going on here? Kicking off.
Nothing. But the Skyline is just a big white tent. You can't miss it if you come to Butlins. What did the Skyline used to be, Dad?
Huh?
What did the Skyline used to be?
Sorry, I thought it was kicking off. It used to be a fun pool, an outdoor swimming pool with a mono. What is going on
Stephen,
over there?
isn't it? Is that
No,
Stephen Moore?
Mulhern.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, what's he filming though?
Don't know.
I don't know.
Filming something for the Tonight Show.
Are you still filming?
Yeah, I'm still filming. It looks, I don't know what he's doing, but it looks interesting. No, if it's in for a penny, in for a
magic
pound,
again, we've got
could you
to
imagine that? I'd be on telly. Coaster Gents on the TV. Okay, we're just going to end the video here soon. bikes. I don't know why Jamie and Mum only got stuck.
It's more of a.
So we're going to take you for a tour of the camp.
It's more of a wee pedal as well, not just a dad pedal.
Yeah, it's both of us pedalling.
Yeah. Selfie man here trying to drive. Okay, so here is the kids club here, so you can just drop your kids off. And then here is the Westlake Villages, just to the right of us. So we might go and have a look. That's it then, you can start pedalling now. Yeah, it's brilliant, yeah.
Jamie?
Enjoyed it,
Yeah, it's good.
Enjoyed it.
When Mum screamed.
No, didn't.
Jamie kept trying to throw Mum off as he saw in the video.
And so did Jensen afterwards. Jensen
I didn't-
tried to drown.
I did not. We didn't go over the water bridge, but it was good. Dad's all sweaty because he pedalled and Jamie didn't.
Yes, I did.
I'm joking.
Your feet moved, but
Going to the skyline now.
What was that? Oh, the skyline now. What you like?
Burger King.
hello and welcome to History Coaster Dad for the next edition of Butlins History. Right, see that building there? The big white one, next to the Inn on the Green, yeah? That was called the Gaiety Theatre. That was a big theatre, big shows, some headline acts there. I saw Little and Large, Michael Barrymore, Freddie Starr. I've seen a few people in that, and then they converted it. It's obviously Gaiety Theatre has got different meaning now. So they changed it and made it to a bowling alley and hot shots, I think they called it. Pool tables, bowling and all that, and reduced the size. There's still a lot of building there. It's very high, and they've reduced the height of it, obviously, so there must be a lot of space in there somewhere. Quite a good building, but all these buildings are original. They've just masked them on the front and extended them slightly and knocked some of the buildings down. There's another building past there, same row, all the way down the bottom where that pub is now. That was That was another building. That's always been original. That entrance there was another entrance the other side of there that went up the same mall as this, with the same shops, well, different shops, but same plan. That was good. You could go in either way then. They had an Indian, Chinese, that type of stuff down there, which they've never brought back again. To be fair, that was in the 80s. Never had a Chinese again, or an Indian. Takeaway, they've knocked them on the head. Keeping it traditional, I think. Ish. Pizza Hut tradition, I don't know, but it is keeping it British food. I think they've never really pushed any authentic food here, which I don't think bothers anybody. So people are good to get away with it half the time. But that's just these buildings anyway. There was other buildings. There's one just past it. Used to be the snooker building and restaurant. They knocked that down as well. Don't need so many snooker tables anymore, and people find other things to do now. Seem to have doubled the size of the arcades, I know that. And then behind us here, where these caravans are, that was the fairground. That was the Butlins fairground. Then they decided to move it from there to the front. It was quite a good fairground, to be fair, as well.
And what was where the fair is now?
It was a lake. The whole front of Butlins is covered in a lake. In fact, the whole perimeter of this camp has got a trench with water. It acted as two different things when they built it. See, when he first did his first one in Skegness, it flooded out with the sea. Cost him a lot of money, so he didn't want to fall for that mistake again. So when they built this camp, they dug a trench all the way around it, and the two reasons were it can never be flooded, and besides buying a fence. So Butlins hasn't got a fence all the way around, it's just got a big deep moat. But on the front was a couple of big lakes that did the same job in case the sea came over, it went into the lake rather than affected the camp. But they filled the lakes up because of better sea defences and that now. It doesn't happen anymore so much, so they filled the lake up and put the fairground at the front. It attracts more people, you see, that are driving past. They see the fairground and think, oh, that looks good. When the fairground's hidden, it didn't really look much. And then they built the skylines and stuff, but there's a bit of the lake left. Your finger's just gone over the lens of that.
Yeah, I know.
The hotel is where some of the lake was. They filled it in for that, and they filled the other half in for the fun fair. That leaves a little bit in the middle that they had bumper boats on for the last few years, but now that's stopped as well. So it's just back to nature a bit, full of ducks, I think. That's on that building anyway.
Now we're going to go on the fair, and I'll show you some off-ride and on-ride footage.
Okay.
Scoop, which is the ice cream parlour at Butlins. It's really nice ice cream, isn't it? But very expensive. Scoop!
Coaster Dad's History Part 2, is it? Right, see that building there, the blue one with the asbestos roof? Well, you get this little pointed roof there. That building come all the way back to here. And all that was an arcade. Crazy Horse Saloon arcade. On this side here, we used to walk up this to the monorail station, and then all this was fairground.
And this, the leisure hut, this is where you can book your swagways, archery, high ropes, football, variety activities.
And then the building there, the big blue building, that's always been there. That was part of the fair, but the top side of it, little babies.
So should we go and have a look at that now?
Yeah, well, let's have a walk round. We'll do part 3. Okay. Dad's take, holiday, history, take 3. I could get up to take 70, I could with the stuff I know. Right. That building is the end of the Tots fairground that we know. Now here, where we're standing here, from this bank, was all a big laser quest tent. It went all the way to them trees there. It's called Laser Quest, big giant one. It was the in thing then. Just come out with the laser guns. That was up for many years, to be fair. And then where that tent is there, where the circus is, There was a building called the Beachcomber building. Very good building, to be fair, which they knocked down. Upstairs was the Beachcomber games room. Arcades, snooker tables, pool, ping pong, children's cinema. And then underground, ground floor, was the Beachcomber club, which was a big nightclub type bar, all themed in beach and jungle.
Is that what they call the pub, the Beachcomber?
Yeah. It was all a jungle. So you went over bridges with water, and every hour or so they had a volcano explode and make a rumbling noise, and all lights flashed and everything inside, as well as having a band and a disco. Pretty much like centre stage, pretty much the same size.
A jungle.
And it was all there where that tent was. They knocked it all down, one of the big buildings that was. They fetched it down.
I would have liked that.
Yeah, but it's too... They had a lot more people in the camp then, a lot more. They don't get that many anymore. So you can't have buildings like that half empty, you've got no atmosphere. So, and then across the tent from the very front, can you see the blue skies from where you are?
No, you can't.
Well, from there, across the tent, over all the accommodation there was a cable car. I've got some cracking pictures of that on the video camera. I'll have to fetch that out. And that's a cable car that went from there right over towards
So
the
there's a
staff.
cable car and a monorail?
Yeah, the monorail was in the centre. Cable car went over the whole camp.
And what was the skyline before?
Swimming pool, you've asked that?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
asked
have I?
that.
Have I asked that?
So and then let's move on.
Okay, move on.
It's going to Bob... Well, it's not Bob World then. It's Little Top.
Go.
So those trains coming here now, these have been here since this camp. 1960, whatever it was. But they've been here. I was a baby going around on these, I think. Between here and Barry Island. Not literally between here, but I mean, they had them at Barry Island as well. And then it's in the back of the building, back at centre stage. That was called the Princess Building, Princess Building. That building identically had one here, which is the one I've just been telling you about. Exactly the same building with the gap. The monorail went between the gap around that building where the skyline is now. Was the monorail station. Big shutter door on the back of there, centre stage. That's where they load up the acts for the stage, not the acts as in the props, should I say. That's where it's all loaded. So you'll see all the tour buses at the back here for some of the bands, which is good. And then you can see the Blue Skies Hotel there.
And then actually under centre stage is that top half, and the bottom half is Reds, so they're in the same building.
But Reds is only half the size because the other half of Reds is the cinema. Used to be a skating, an outdoor skating, well, indoor outdoor skating ring. Then they put a wall on it and made it into a cinema. Mm-hmm. There's where Blue Skies is now. That was all the lake.
Yeah.
And all this was building. Big building this was.
Right, so let's go on Little Tots Fairground. Just have a quick look. So this is now Little Tots Fairground.
But if you see all the theming, that's Bob's.
But it used to be Bob the Builder.
And then it used to
and
be.
then Noddy before that.
And this play centre here, this was in the skyline.
Where a bit of the arcade is.
Where the VR thing is. That's where it used to be.
So there's a few little rides for kids in here. And like Dad said, this has been here since the camp opened with a few little rides.
I remember going on that, the ladybug.
Yeah.
That exact ride I remember going.
That's the monorail I was telling you about. There's the lake I was telling you about.
So that's the fair now.
That's the lake, the fairground, the main gates here, fairgrounds here. This is the hotel there. That there is taken from the roadside, the lake, and that was the Beachcomber building that I told you that's been knocked down. There's another building the same as that there, which is centre stage and Reds, but that's gone now. That's Billy Butlin himself, outside his main offices, I believe, in London. That's where they were. That there is the cable car I was telling you about. That goes, and they used to have a train as well. Look,
Yeah.
this here, I have no idea, unless it's Minehead. And that there's an ugly woman, I don't know who that is.
No, it's an original red coat.
Yeah, but she ain't very pretty.
No.
And this really used to be Bob when this was Bob World.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
This is Beeline. That's the normal peasant queue. This is the Beeline entrance. When you pay a little bit extra, you get one of these, which gets you in 15 minutes early than everyone else. So you can get drinks, sweets, seats,
And the merch.
the merch for different things.
But what can you use the beelines on? The circus.
You can use it on the
Water park.
circus, water park,
Centre stage.
Reds. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the bar, I think.
Yep. Got one of these. You're all set.
So here's the cinema.
Setting up Reds.
Reds.
There's Reds.
Oh yeah, that's right. Is this a cinema?
It's always really quiet in here. You have to whisper.
It's like a library.
Yeah.
A cinema. It's like it's freezing out here. We're at the fair. Finally made it. And it's a good fair. Sir Billy's Fairground.
It's not a brilliant fair. Anyway, back onto the history. This other building. Note it's identical to that centre stage building and what was the Beachcomber building. This was all swimming pool here. Well, in there, that was called the Crazy Horse Saloon building. Inside there, swimming pool, the original square swimming pool with glass windows in. Now underneath, in the club, underneath there, you can see people's feet swimming. It's like an aquarium type thing for them windows. But then in the 80s, they declared they're going to spend a lot of money on the camp when they sold off the other camps and just left the three that we've got. They sold the others off, made some money, and then they turned that building there into what was called the Sun Splash. It's a subtropical water paradise, they called it. Pretty much an indoor pool
Splash
as we know them now.
landings.
Well, it was all slides and rivers and rapids, fantastic bit of kit. Now outside there, you can see near the palm trees, the panelling on the building's not the same. There was a big tower there where all the slides went in there. Now, ironically, we'll show you some pictures, I've got some somewhere. I've been up there and had a look recently, and that pool's still there. It's obviously
Why is
covered
it
in
there?
it's covered in dirt and water and that. But that whole building, all the way along, is one giant indoor playing swimming pool. Fantastic bit of kit.
Well,
And
why
it's
is
all,
it
they've
still
kept
there?
it all still there. Can't be used. It's filthy now. Blah blah blah. But what it is, this skyline here has to have a sprinkler system. Obviously, it keeps lots of thousands of people in there. Most buildings have now. They have to have massive sprinkler tanks put somewhere. Well, Butlins, apart from them looking ugly, they've got no really where to put them. So they actually use that indoor pool still, and the reason why it's still there is like a 400,000 litre sprinkler system. That's what it's used for now. In the event of a fire, that swimming pool will douse the fire. That's why it's been left there. They've put a new roof on it now. The other side's a bit wasted. That was the Crazy Horse Saloon bar. Now it's pottery in it and collect your gifts. The other half of it's turned into the arcade
diner.
and the diner. Yeah. It's a shame because the whole of the upstairs, they did have the Quasar Laser Quest up there till last year.
Yeah,
then
they had a
cancelled
temporary
that.
laser question.
So all
really
that
good.
Laser Quest and the other half of the building's gone. And then up this very corner, up the very corner here, there's another bar like centre stage across the top, a bit smaller, called Busby's Nightclub. Now, had some fun in there over my time. Fantastic bit of kit that was. Basically, you always go and have a bit of fun all night, a few drinks, and then you'd always end up in that Busby's. Then pile out of Busby's in the middle of the morning and fall into this swimming pool here. Good fun.
And put in the comments how many times did Dad say great piece of kit, because I heard a lot.
Pretty much upstairs now in this building. He's got nothing. There's nothing at all upstairs now. Nothing. It's a shame, really. There's a lot of space up there. The ground floor's used near enough now, but the rest of it's not. Another wasted building, really.
So, I'll show you some POVs of our fun on the ride now.
Smack you with your big tramp.
Okay, so I'll show you some POVs of our fun on the ride. Thank you for watching part 2 of our Butlins vlog. I hope you've enjoyed it. Stay tuned to watch part 3 and to see our fun on the fair, including POVs. See you in the next one.